Washington on fire, while our GM pulls off a masterstroke by bringing in an all-pro for peanuts. Another offensive bomber with perfect chemistry where our coordinator is about to become available. But wait, the attack doesn't stop there. Our archenemies from Dallas are bleeding out, and we have the key to snatch a veteran defender who knows all their secrets. This is exclusive. The rebuild is no coincidence. It's a meticulously designed plan that all the experts ignore. Will you miss the revolution that is transforming Washington into a powerhouse? Subscribe now, because tomorrow might be too late to hop on this train. What is happening here, Washington Commanders? The house of the Dallas Cowboys is crumbling, and Adam Peters has the key to demolish IT. Yes, folks. The $1 million contract that Dallas just gave to OSL Odigizua is our golden opportunity to snatch another key player from them. Do you think Dan Quinn came just to coach? No, he came to raid his former team and build an empire in Washington. First it was Dorrance Armstrong, then Biadasz, Fowler, and now Jordan Lewis is in the crosshairs. Let me remind you, this veteran cornerback had 71 tackles last season. He's a tough guy that Dallas won't be able to retain after shelling out $80 million on Odigizua. And guess who knows this better than anyone? Dan Quinn? Do you think it's a coincidence that every move the Cowboys make benefits us? I'm telling you, N.O. This is a strategic offensive. Do we need depth in the secondary? Of course we do. Martian Lattimore is a star Mike Sainristil shows promise. But Benjamin Isty Just, free agent, Emmanuel Forbes, discarded in L.A. Lewis, isn't just coming to fill gaps. He's coming to teach the young ones how to play with hate for the Cowboys. 8 years in Dallas, folks. 8 years feeding off our frustration. It's time for them to pay with interest. And don't talk to me about money. Lewis is 29 years old, looking for a short and economical contract. Adam Peters, this is the time to make a master move. Imagine Quinn welcoming Lewis in the locker room. Welcome to the right side of the rivalry. Every tackle he makes against Dallas will be a ballad to the hate they have for us. Now I ask you, what is worth more, fans? Stealing a key player from your biggest enemy, or doing it for the second time in a year? This isn't just football. It's psychological warfare. Dallas is bleeding talent. And we have the knife. If Peters doesn't sign Lewis, he's failing Quinn, the fans, and the history of this rivalry. Comment now. Should the Commanders make the definitive move by signing Jordan Lewis? Or am I exaggerating the impact of this move? Are you ready for what's coming in Washington? Because I'm telling you, what's about to happen could be the move that transforms this offense for good. Follow me. It can't be ignored. Free agency is on fire, and the expected release of Christian Kirk in Jacksonville has the entire NFL talking. But do you know who should be on the phone right now? Adam Peters. Because this is the moment to give Cliff Kingsbury an old acquaintance, Christian Kirk, the missing piece. Does the name ring a bell? Of course it does. Kirk was a beast under Kingsbury's orders in Arizona. 870 yards, 5 touchdowns in their last season together. And now, at 28 years old, and with something to prove after an injury, he's available. And guess who needs a luxury number 3 receiver? Washington. Do you think Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel are going to carry the weight of this offense alone? No, folks. With Jaden Daniels needing weapons, Kirk will be the perfect wild card. Now, I ask you, how many times have you seen the Commanders fall short on third downs for lack of options? Kirk is a zone killer, a short route magician. With him, can you? Imagine Daniels throwing deep to McLaurin, Deebo tearing it up in the quick game, and Kirk shredding linebackers in the middle. It's a nightmare for defenses. But beware, it's not just about skill. It's the chemistry. Kingsbury knows Kirk like his playbook. There's no learning curve. Signing him would be a low-risk, high-reward move. A 1-year contract? Absolutely. If he gets injured, we don't lose much. If he shines, Daniels would have his ultimate trio. And don't come to me with salary excuses. Jacksonville eats $13 million by releasing him, so Kirk will come cheap. Besides, what ambitious receiver wouldn't want to join this? Washington? A year ago, we were a joke. Now, with Dan Quinn and Peters at the helm, we're contenders. Kirk needs to revive his value. And what better stage than an explosive offense and a young, hungry QB? But here's the challenge. Will Kirk accept being the third fiddle? They won't pay him like a star, but if he wants rings and stats, he'll have them here. With Terry and Debo attracting double coverage, he would feast on one-on-ones. It's pure gold for a smart receiver. So I leave you with this. If the Commanders don't pursue Kirk, what are they thinking? It's an obvious opportunity. Kingsbury has the key. If he vouches for the player, Peters must act. We can't miss out on a weapon that already knows the system and would be comfortable for our QB. And now I ask the fans. Do you think Christian Kirk is the ideal complement for Daniels, or should we look to the draft? Did you know Adam Peters just pulled off the heist of the century with Debo Samuel? Let me tell you why. Come on, folks. The news you need to hear. Do you think the Commanders made a mistake by not going after T. Higgins? I say nitrogen monoxide. Adam Peters was playing chess while everyone else was playing marbles. Do you know why? This week, the Bengals slapped the franchise tag on Higgins for the second year in a row. $26 million in 1 year, with no guarantee of a long-term deal. And you want Washington to bleed out their capital and salary for that? Forget it. Look at how Peters operated. A trade for Debo Samuel, an all-pro for just a fifth-round draft pick. Yes, a fifth. And the impact on the salary cap? Minimal. Samuel is 29, but do you know what else he has? Experience in winning systems. Versatility to run, catch, and even block. And if he doesn't perform, he's gone in 2025 with no financial wound left behind. Higgins? To bring him in, they would have had to give up high picks and get bogged down with $26 million. And the guy could bolt in 2026 free of commitment. Risk sky high. And speaking of risks, remember Kirk Cousins? Washington tagged him twice and lost him for nothing. Brandon Scherf? Same thing. Peters doesn't repeat those mistakes. He builds through the draft with flexibility. That's why he went for Samuel. A smart move. Higgins is good, but is it worth derailing the rebuild for him? And don't be fooled. Joe Burrow wants to keep his weapons, but the Bengals have to pay Jamar Chase, Trey Hendrickson, and restructure Burrow's mega contract. Do you think? They're going to let Higgins go easily. Not in your dreams. If they trade him, it'll be for much more than a fifth rounder. Peters knew this. That's why he acted quickly for Samuel. Now, I ask you, do you really prefer an expensive and uncertain WR like Higgins, with Washington's past trauma of wasting tags, or do you support Peters' tactical play? Low risk, high potential? Samuel brings veteran presence, leadership, and doesn't tie up future finances. And pay attention here. If Samuel revives his all-pro level, it's a historic steal. But if he declines, IT doesn't affect the master plan. While Higgins, even if he shines, could be a one-year rental. Is it worth it? No. Commanders, this is pure strategy. Peters doesn't get seduced by flashy names. He builds from the ground up. Remember the Eagles with Brown and Smith? Terry McLaurin and Samuel could be that duo. But with financial common sense. And now my key question. What would you have done? Paid $1 million price for Higgins or back Peters' vision with Samuel? Commanders fans, I need your opinion. Should Washington make the final splash in free agency with Jordan Lewis to lock down our defense? Or am I underestimating the talent we already have on the roster? And after Jaden Daniels' arrival, the big question, is Christian Kirk his ideal partner to revolutionize the offense? Or should we go all in on the draft to find that star WR? Here comes the question that divides the fan base. Would you have shelled out the millions for a player like T. Higgins? Or do you support Adam Peters' bet on a smarter and more economical strategy, like renewing Curtis Samuel? It's time to decide. If you're a true member of the Commander family, leave your opinion in the comments and tell us which path the team should take. Who should be the next key piece? Subscribe now and join the most passionate family in the NFL, where every voice counts in building this team's future. Don't miss out. Hit the bell, comment, and be part of the story. And remember, hail to the Redskins.